In this video, I am going to be telling you about how to get a Tesla Model S for basically free. Basically how you're going to get a Tesla Model S for $85 and $47 a month. This is not clickbait. It's not a trick in any way. You're going to learn an important lesson. It's about how you use your money. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the bulldog mindset. If that sounds like something you are interested in, smash that subscribe button and also smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I just got to say that now. I'm basically going to give you a strategy here to buy anything expensive for free, anything that has like a monthly payment. I've used this myself in many ways. I don't necessarily recommend buying expensive things if you can't afford them, but if you must have, like if you're like, man, John, if I could just have a Tesla Model S and I could have it for essentially for free, if you've got some money, okay, if you've got some money, I can show you how to almost do that. I want to show you how to actually get like an expensive car for free here. So we're gonna click order now. And we're not going to go crazy on this shit, okay? We're just going to go long range. We're not going to do performance. We're going to do long range. All right? What we're going to do here is we're going to leave this kind of the default for now, right? I mean, you could mess with this, but we're just going to leave it, all right? We're going to leave the default on the interior. Not going to get nickel and dimed on all the shit. All right, but we are going to get full self-driving capability because really, I mean, are you really going to buy a Model S for like $80,000 and not have like auto? I mean, can you imagine your friends are like they're all like sitting in the backseat of their car and their car is driving for them, and you've got this and you've got to manually drive? Nah, that's not going to happen. Fuck that. All right, so we're gonna put that feature in there for $7 grand. Okay, so we got the basic model here. So the purchase price is $86,990. Now, so there's a couple things we're going to do. I was making a buying decision about buying that car, okay? And I was trying to decide whether or not to buy it cash, okay, lease it, or finance it. All right, it's an important decision. There's a lot to think about here, okay? So here's the deal, all right? And I'm going to show you why you probably don't want to buy expensive cars cash, okay? But you should always buy cheap cars cash. What it comes down to, and again, if we look at the Tesla, okay, if you look at these numbers here, for cash, you can pay $86,990, okay? If you lease it, you're looking at basically $1,109, okay? And you're just going to pay $100, so $1,109. And then if you loan it, you're going to pay $13. Okay, over with 3,000 down, 72 months. Okay, 3.5% interest rate. That's kind of the problem there. So when you look at this in terms of the way I look at it is a business decision, right? So the car I bought, my BMW, is a business car. It's going to be 100% business, or it is 100% business, right? So I can write it off. I can write it off if I pay cash, but I'll have to do it over several years. Okay, and I won't get to write off pretty much the full value of the car. I get to depreciate the asset to some degree. If I lease it, I can write off this whole entire amount. If I take a loan, I can do something similar, but you can see that the loan is a higher price, okay? And I have the liability of owning the car, plus I have to put $3,000 down, right? So what I did with my BMW was, and this is a Tesla, it's my payment's a little bit cheaper, although it's not that much cheaper. Okay, what I did was I leased it, and I made it a business car, and it's essentially I was able to write off that entire lease amount every month, right? Which is, to me, is about a 50% savings on cash, right? Because I pay about 50% in taxes, all right? So what we're going to look at here is again doing the same thing with this Tesla. So the one caveat here, okay, the one thing you have to understand about this whole thing, all right, if this is the clickbait, this is it, okay, this is the gotcha, all right, is that you have to have the $86,990, okay? But if you have the $86,990, okay, then you don't want to buy this cash. Now, most of you are like, John, I don't have the $86,990. Well, there's a couple of other things you could do, right? You could potentially get a home equity line of credit and take that out of your property, of your house if you own a house. You could also, do what I'm going to show you on the lease and do some kind of thing where you're going to finance a property. But what I'm going to show you is basically like how you can get this if you had this money, right? Because there's a lot of people that have bought Teslas cash or even on a loan, and it just wasn't very smart. Or even they leased it and they just like started eating away at this money that they have instead of making a smart use of it. What we're going to do is we're going to take this $86,990, okay? And instead of buying the Tesla cash, okay? And again, remember, this is about the principle of it. I know you might not have the money to buy a Model S. That's fine. But if you have $20,000, this still applies for buying a car. You shouldn't finance a car that you couldn't buy cash, by the way, okay? That's a really important rule for life. If you're buying a car that you don't have the money in the bank to buy right now, if you're financing it, you're a fucking idiot. Okay, and just listen, you're a fucking idiot. I know everyone is doing it. I know everyone's doing it, but they're fucking idiots. Okay, they're not rich. You're not going to get rich. If you do that, you're not going to get rich. I would not buy a car that I could not buy cash. I wouldn't buy a car that I couldn't buy cash 10 times over, okay, for the most part. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and I've got a spreadsheet already kind of created here so you can see this in action. So you can see that we have our Tesla Model S. Okay, the price is $86,990. Okay, the lease was $1,109. Now, again, because I always go back to the rental properties because that's where the money is, real estate, man. All right, so we're gonna buy a rental property for $86,990. Okay, maybe it'll be $90,000. Okay, maybe it'll be $80,000. I don't care. It has to be close to this. All right, and what we're gonna assume is that we're gonna be able to get a cap rate of 8%. Okay, this is the formula here. 8% divided by 12. Okay, so what does an 8% cap rate mean? It means just an 8% return on your money if you bought this property cash. Okay, that you're going to get an 8% cap rate on that. Does it have to be a rental property? No. Hey, if you want to invest in S&P 500 index fund and you're going to get an 8% return on it, that'll work too. Okay, I'm just assuming that you're getting an 8% return on this money, and I know I can do it with a rental property. I know I can get a 10% return with a rental property. We'll explore that number if you get a 10%, but this is a pretty safe number. Okay, on a rental property of $86,000, you can get some rental income of $579.93 a month, right, as far as your profit on that. Okay, so you can get cap rate of 8%. If we take our lease, okay, of $1,109, and we do a 40% tax write-off. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so you have to be a business owner again. If you've got probably $87,000, you probably own a business of some sort. Okay, could be a rental business though, so it doesn't even have to be like another business like that. You buy this car as a company car. Okay, 100% company car. All right, or you're leasing it. That's just like my BMW. Okay, and then the valuation I put here was 40%. Now for me, it's about 50. Okay. Now I'll tell you why. You can see that the top rates here are 37%. Okay. I'm usually in the top rate. Okay. I might be at the 35. Let's say that I'm 35%. Okay. Right. So, California tax rate, it goes up to like, let's say that 11.3. Some of my income might be in the 12% range. Well, yeah, I guess more so. Some of it's in the 12. But let's say that we even said like 10 there. That's 45% right there. Okay, that doesn't even include the corporate tax. So we're looking at, like, for me, at least 45%, probably closer to 50% tax rate, right? Okay, now if you're, maybe yours is less, maybe it's 35 or 30, but you can kind of adjust the numbers based on this, right? Okay, but if you look at this, so we've got this lease. If I say that it's 40% off, so basically 60% of the value is what the car actually cost me. Okay, then because of the tax write-off, okay, I'm really paying $665 a month. See, and this is a good reason to lease a car for a business as opposed to buying it cash or even financing it, is because this is pretty good. This is not bad. I mean, to have that, to basically save 40% on the car. Okay, now, yeah, it's going to be a business car, but hey, that's fine. All right. So the total price ends up being negative $85.47. So I have to pay $85.47 essentially to drive this car around if I want to do this. Okay, because I've put the money into the rental property. So the way that this works is every month, right? The rental property kicks off $579.93. I use that to make the part of the car payment of this $1,109 lease payment. Okay, at the end of the year, the taxes, I basically get a write-off on my taxes for this amount times 12. Okay, which it represents a 40% effective tax rate, let's say. Okay, which ends up meaning that I'm paying this much per month, which means that for the car total, I'm only in the hole negative $85 per month. That's it. There's really no like super secret hack here in order to buy a Tesla for that cheap. You know, you have to have the money, but you could apply this again. I gave this example because you could apply this to a lot of different scenarios, right? First of all, just the principle of this, to understand that when you have cash, you shouldn't buy a depreciating asset, right? Controlling things is more important, right? So many guys argue with me about debt is bad, okay? And they don't understand how people only get rich by debt, by using debt as a tool, okay? Every single major business that exists, okay, on the stock market, okay, multi-billion-dollar businesses, they utilize debt effectively, okay? Debt is a very effective tool if you use it correctly. If you use it incorrectly, it's gonna hurt you. If you buy a car that you can't afford cash, again, you're an idiot, remember, okay? But you're using debt. Let's say that you're going to finance that car. That debt is hurting you, okay? Because you're going to pay an interest rate on that, and you're not getting any value benefit back from that. If I buy a house and I put leverage on it, I get money from the bank, that debt is beneficial because I'm leveraging that money to make money, okay? In this case, like leasing, you can kind of look at that as kind of a debt, but in this case, what I'm doing is it's really a matter of controlling things, right? I control that asset. I get the use value out of that asset. And instead of paying, you know, $86,000 or $87,000 for that asset, okay, to use that asset for however long, I'm going to only pay basically the net effect of the $87,000. Okay, I'm going to tie up, or the $87 a month, right? I'm going to tie up my $87,000 into that property, okay? But here's the other piece of this. That property, it doesn't just stay at this value, okay? It's going to go up, okay? Each year, right? If we just took the standard appreciation, so that's what the value of the property will be at year 2, okay? And, you know, if we keep on going, like year 3, and then we can just keep on extending this out, and we can see, you know, how much that property increase in value, okay? So we've got an appreciating asset that we've put the money into, as opposed to, imagine if you spent this money on the Tesla. Every year it goes down. Every year the property value goes up, okay? So effectively, if you were to take this, okay, and add this in, you're actually going to be in the positive. You're actually making money. You're actually being paid to own the Tesla at this point. Now, if you didn't own the Tesla, obviously you just have all the rental income and you'd be making more money. So you are paying essentially for the lease on the thing. But you're effectively, like, if your choice was between paying this money, right, and giving it to Tesla all at once, okay, and getting your car, versus buying a property for this amount, investing it in there and taking the proceeds and using that to pay the lease, okay, in the first scenario of just buying it straight out, you have a depreciating asset and it's going to depreciate every year and be worth less and less money, and you're losing your money, okay? Whereas in the second scenario, it's going up in value, the asset, and you're getting the car essentially paid for, except for $85.47. So that's the power of this. That's why it makes a lot of sense. And like I said, if you're a business owner, you know, I'm not an accountant, so I can't give you any kind of tax advice here, but I would highly advise you talk to your accountant and see if it makes sense to lease a car and then write it off, because it can really impact your bottom line. Like making decisions about that. And again, like I said, the final thing is really just understanding that the idea is to control assets, especially income producing assets, but not to put as little money as you can into them while still generating the benefit of that, right? So if you can leverage things, if you can control things without necessarily owning them even, that's really the power of leverage, right? Leverage is to be able to get more than what you put in, okay? And you see leverage in many different ways throughout business, using your money, using your time. Leverage is key. The only way to get rich, okay, and you can quote me on this, the only way to get rich is leverage. Make sure to click that subscribe button and the like for the YouTube algorithm. I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.